What's going on, everyone? You buy it, I'm out of here. And today's unboxing will be on the Linksys Maxstream AC5400 router. This device is a perfect matchup with the Linksys AC1900 Wi-Fi extender. Now that particular Wi-Fi extender runs around $100 to $120. This router right here, this is the top of the line Linksys. You really won't find anything better than this as of the Linksys brand. There is a Netgear brand that's comparable, and Linksys and Netgear are pretty much the dominant router makers right now in the industry. I prefer Linksys. I've had better luck with them. Their stuff seems to be a little bit more simplified, and I really just prefer them over it. This particular router will run you between $350 and $400. So all in all, you could be looking at about a $500 investment. Now, if you have a lot of Wi-Fi devices, if you do a lot of gaming, a lot of 4K streaming, this isn't a bad investment. It's definitely something for the future. This is their top of the line router, so it's not like next month they're having a new one. Eventually, I'm sure they will upgrade it, but that's pretty much with anything. Let's take a look at the back of it before we open it. This is the first time I've seen 8 Ethernet ports. Typically, you're going to see 2 to 4. The USB 3.0 is pretty common. You're seeing that everywhere. The processor is a 1.4 gigahertz dual core. I want to say the Linksys WRT AC1900 router, which is the one that I currently have, I want to say that's about a 1.3 gigahertz, so it's not a huge difference there, but I'm sure there's going to be some overclocking involved, and the antennas for sure, they doubled the antenna, so that's going to give you a little bit longer range, and it's not going to be so much buffering involved when you have multiple Wi-Fi devices, which I usually do. Typically you have 2 bands, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. This one has band 3, which is still the same 5 gigahertz with the same megabits per second speed. However, they emphasize it for the online gaming and streaming devices. So I'm sure it jumps over to that 3rd band when it starts seeing a lot of devices come into play, or when there's just a heavy amount of streaming. As you can see, you have the app, so you can download the program and just link it up through your phone or tablet, or I just go on my PC and do it. It is nice that it has a 3-year warranty and 3-year tech support. It says it's a $200 value, which I want to say it's got to be worth at least that. Tech support's pretty expensive. Aside from the tech support, I don't see you using the warranty on this. I've had quite a few Linksys products and never had any problems. One thing I recommend with routers, though, to get yourself a USB powered fan, just run it in the area. It doesn't hurt to have that extra airflow, especially if you have a room with still air. All right, guys, let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. Try to not beat up the box too much. I've seen a little bit of experience with Netgear Nighthawk. I've heard good stuff about it. I've had some Netgear products and wasn't happy with them. They seemed a little complicated to install and set up, and just wasn't very user friendly, especially with someone with a lot of tech experience. I can only imagine how difficult it was for everyone else. A basic quick start guide, and this thing is a behemoth. It's huge. I want to say this is probably about 50% bigger than the WRT AC1900. Again, guys, this is really just unboxing. I'm not doing a review just yet, but this will be replacing my current router. And there's actually a lot of vents. I noticed that they go with a lot of airflow. So I'm just going to pull this stuff out so I can show you it. So you do have, put this back in so I don't drop it. Looks like all the antennas are already connected. I remember with my Linksys WRT AC1900. So here you go, your DVD to install your drivers and programming. I remember you had everything was separate. Now, I personally have tried then you have your basic Ethernet cord and your power brick. This one's definitely bigger than the last one. All right, sorry about that, guys. I've had really good experience with Linksys products. I like the way they operate. Typically, the better Linksys models, there's no modding or rooting or any kind of messing with the actual the official firmware to get a custom firmware on. The Linksys WRT AC5400 actually allows that and has an option for you to install a custom firmware, just in case if that's something that you want to do. The updates have been pretty frequent. I feel like for at least the first couple years I owned it, they were pretty consistent with the updates, so that was a plus. Back to what I was saying with the antennas, I personally tried the longer range antennas, and I had a lot of doubt, and people told me that they really don't work and they're fake, but I did notice a difference. I want to say I gained about 20 to 30 feet off of them, so I was happy. I'm not sure I'm going to do the same with this, because that one I only had to replace 4 antennas, so it cost me about $50. I'm not sure I want to replace 8 antennas, and with this device I really shouldn't have to. It's not something I would feel comfortable having to purchase extended antennas, or I'm sorry, additional antennas. So between this, and I actually currently do have the Wi-Fi extender by Linksys, so I would say between the whole setup, this should be a just awesome streaming increase. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Again, once I get everything set up and I get the review going, I'll try to get some shots of before and after. Right now I'm getting I want to say it's under 10 ping, and I'm downloading right around almost triple digits in megabits per second. Uploads probably about 15 or so. So we'll see. I'm not really expecting that to jump too much. It's really more so the Wi-Fi dropout and consistency. I'm noticing that if we have a lot of Wi-Fi devices on, it seems to just really slow down. And oh, one other thing, guys, if you do have like a Comcast or AT&T router modem setup, definitely put it into bridge mode. You'll have to go into the settings. It might take a little work. You could probably even call your service provider and ask them, but you definitely want to get that into bridge mode. It's going to help. Typically I try to stay away from like 50, 75, even $100 routers. I've just had bad luck with those. They really don't do too much, but I guess it just depends on you, what you're using it for, what your preference is. If you're really just trying to go on the internet and do a little bit of YouTubing and whatever your fancy is, then it may work. But if you're playing a lot of games, if you're streaming, and we've all had the problems with Netflix and Hulu, you really need a device that's going to take full advantage of your internet. And if you do have a nice internet package, you want a nice modem and router to offset that, to be in addition to it. In the comments, guys, let me know what you think. If you guys have had this router modem, let me know what your experience is with it. I've installed one for someone, and it was really nice setting up. I really liked it. I don't think you need a fan to help move the air around with it compared to some of the other routers, but I think I'm going to go with the fan anyways, just to again help with the cooler airflow. We all know that heat is an electronics and machinery's enemy, so the cooler you keep something running, the longer it's going to last, and the more efficient and productive that product's going to be. But let me know in the comments what you guys prefer. If you have had good luck with Netgear, let me know with what product or what you've done. I've had problems just with the setup. I don't know if I just had some duds or what, but there were just lots of problems with the Netgear routers, and I don't see myself going back to that brand. Linksys was just very straightforward, easy to set up, and again, I was just very happy with the product, so I just stuck with it.